It is time for us to take a look at sports, and I guess we can start off with the scores first that affect us if you're a local fan of a local team. We'll start off with the NBA. Yesterday, the Celtics were beat by the Hawks, 127 to 112. See if anybody else played locally yesterday. I do not see that at all. Coming up today, the Knicks take on the Kings at 7:30. The Nets take on the Magic at 7:30. And tomorrow, the Celtics take on the Pacers at 7 p.m. Taking a look at the National Hockey League, the Rangers fell to the Flyers 4-3 yesterday. Coming up today, any local action? Yeah, the Bruins and Islanders are going to meet at 7 o'clock this evening. The Devils take on the Sabres. That also coming up at 7 p.m. this evening as well. In sports of other news, Tiger Woods is going to face lengthy rehabilitation after his car crash, according to experts. He will not face any charges, though, as the Sheriff's Department, which is investigating, has not found anything to charge him with as of yet, and they just happen to think it was an accident. So, but the injuries that Tiger Woods sustained were a little scary. Thank God he's an athlete that takes care of himself, because he's going to need all those attributes, every one of them, to get by and perform. Significant injuries to his right lower extremity. Injuries were treated during an emergency surgery. Open fractures affecting both the upper and lower portions of the tibia and fibula that had to be stabilized by inserting a rod in his tibia. Additional bone injuries to his foot and ankle stabilized with a combination of screws and pins. Now, there were trauma to his muscle and soft tissue that required surgical release of the covering of the muscles to relieve pressure during the swelling. It's going to be a slow recovery, and I can only imagine. I know that when I had my original foot surgery on my right foot, I have 6 pins and about 8 or 9 screws that are in my right foot. And to this day, I could be just sitting someplace, and all of a sudden, my foot will start to hurt. Not doing anything. And that comes about with you're walking sometimes, and the same thing happens. And he's just got a long way to go. And of course, we wish him the best in his recovery, like we would wish anybody who's involved in a horrific crash like that. But that is the latest on the Tiger Woods episode. That happened with that crash. I still maintain that the coverage that was given to that was extraordinarily poor. Too much. You know, they were talking about things that turned out to not be true, and that's not just one network. That's all the networks. And there was so much speculation, and it was like when they covered O.J. Simpson, that car chase, which wasn't really a car chase. Sometimes they get hooked on something and they forget that there's other things going on in the world. Well, anyways, that is a quick check on sports this morning here on the Breakfast Club on Robin Hood Radio.